How to make sure you get a proper checkup at your 6 weeks check on the NHS. That's from Tass.
Great. Yeah, I love this question. So how to do it? I think it's really tricky in the state that we're in the minute, but I think go in there with any questions. Sometimes what we need to do as women is lead the consultation slightly, is in the sense of often they'll say, how are you? And you're like, I don't know. Whereas if you go in there willing, like, I'm actually a bit worried about this, I'm a bit worried, ask them to check your stitches. If they're not offering it, be like, could you actually just check my stitches, or could you just check my wound? And if they're seeming reluctant, just say, well, could I maybe see somebody else for a kind of more of a check? I think we're just in a really difficult time where since COVID, the women's health check has just been attached to the babies. And I think it's so disempowering for a woman, because they're suddenly like, well, what about me? And then it's sort of an afterthought afterwards. So in my book, I literally have put a checklist. I've given you literally questions to think about. I've given you the chance to write it down. I honestly think if you could take that, or just make up your own one and take it with you to the consultation and say, and do you know what I also think is important? If you don't do it at 6 to 8 weeks, you can always book another appointment at 16 weeks when you finally think, you know what, I've got a bit more headspace. As in, like, if you've got symptoms, you can book an appointment at any point. I think we feel by 6 to 8 weeks, if we've got symptoms, if we've missed that, game over, like can't go again. The GPs are there for any symptoms. So even if it comes up later, just go back and ask again.